I grew up playing video games. But it wouldn't be till I was an adult with my own children that I would find myself in the pinball hobby. It's the mechanical and physicality of it that really brought me in. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. I have never used an Oculus Quest 2. I have never played virtual pinball, which I think makes me a perfect candidate to inform you of my experience with it. This video is going to inform and educate a variety of people, but my primary audience is pinball enthusiasts. I want to thank Oculus for sponsoring this video. It really means a lot that you support the channel and are allowing me to answer some questions, like, can VR pinball be as fun as the real thing? What all games are in the Star Wars Pinball VR? Is the Oculus worth all the hype? Well, my goal is to give you all of that info going forward. So let's get started. Here we go. Upon loading into the game, you will find yourself in your fan cave. In this room, you are able to navigate and decorate to your liking. Now, all of these decorations are only obtainable by playing pinball and achieving certain goals within the games. The jukebox has songs from the movies and are unlocked by, once again, playing pinball. Now, since the game core is pinball, let's get into it. To play pinball, simply approach the front of the game, just like you're playing in real life. This is where you will find a total of 8 games to choose from. Now, I'm not going to be going into great detail of each of these games, but I do have my favorites, and there are a couple that I find less enjoyable than others. Also, just like real pinball. I mentioned earlier that what brought me into pinball was the mechanical nature of it. Now, even though this is all digital, there are many things in place to give that mechanical feel, mainly the audio. The sounds you hear from the game are very near to actual pinball sounds. For example, the sound of the magnets activating. Although I still prefer a physical machine, I cannot help but marvel at the details that have gone into these games. You can see for yourself here. All you have to do is kneel down and take a look. Guys, I'm already addicted. As I write this, I keep wanting to walk over to the headset and play another game. Now, it may be because I'm new to it, but I can't help but grin every once in a while playing on it. Now, like I said, I haven't got a great deal of time on each of these games, so there's still a lot of learning on my end that I need to do. But I'm getting surprised at times. For instance, during one of the tables, I activated a particular multi-ball, which had the Emperor sending lightning bolts at me.
Force Rage multi-ball.
Yeah, moments like these happen throughout every game. Unexpected things occur. And that is things that you're never going to get in actual pinball. As much as we would like it to happen, some of the mechanical features in this virtual pinball, if they were to put those on a real pinball machine, the price for these games would be way too much. They are feasible, but just would drive the cost up way too high. So that is where this Oculus shines. It gives us the ability to play pinball, semi-real experience at a major fraction of the cost. For those of you that don't already know this,
if you were to buy a new in-box pinball machine, you're looking at least $6,000. Now that is just the base model at that. If you want to go with the model that has like all the bells and whistles, then you're looking closer to the $8,000 mark. So if money and real estate is limited for you, then by all means the Oculus is a great substitute for that. Now home arcades are on the rise, and due to the increase of interest in it, then there's a higher demand. Higher demand equals higher prices. So a lot of us in the hobby are starting to cop up even more money for particular games. So I think it's pretty cool that you now have an option to get a Oculus Quest 2 headset and experience pinball in a VR environment for merely 25 bucks for this VR game, and you get 8 different machines in there, 8 different tables. Yeah, that's a pretty good darn deal in comparison to real life. As I stated earlier, I've had no previous experience when it comes to VR. And honestly, my experience has been quite entertaining. The controls are very ergonomic and easy to use. You will be using the trigger buttons to activate your flippers throughout the gameplay. The default setting for nudging is going to be on your left joystick, but I recommend, from a more authentic point of view, to go into your control settings and activate the motion control for nudging. That's going to be definitely a better experience. For me, it was, at least, to have the ability to jerk my hands left or right to nudge the ball accordingly. And anybody that plays pinball enough knows that nudging is legal, and if you want to have a good game, then you better do it. Now, there are all kinds of settings and ways to do things within the headset using the controls, but I'm so glad that there are voice commands available, because there are settings that I still don't know how to access where they're at. So I'll basically just ask the headset to do it for me. So when it comes to recording or casting the device while doing this review, I was like, where are these settings at? So I would just tell the headset, record, and it would start recording. I would tell the headset to cast, and it would bring up the screen where I would normally go to if I was to do it using the controls, telling me this is how you cast, and I would just click on that particular setting to enable it. So there are definitely voice commands, I believe, out there that would help those of you that are like me, that are new to the experience of VR. I still feel like there is so much to this headset that I don't know, and I'm gonna spend some time definitely learning it. But I'm already talking to my friends, trying to see if I can get them to getting one as well, so we can play games together. So is the Oculus worth all the hype? I would say yes. When Oculus approached me about being a sponsor for this channel, I honestly thought it was spam. I was like, yeah, whatever. And it wasn't until they sent me a follow-up email in regards to being a sponsor, and I was like, whoa, I guess I better start taking this seriously. And I'm glad that I did, because I do not believe that I willingly would have pursued VR pinball or VR in general unless I experienced it myself. So I have experienced it myself, therefore I have much more faith in this. And I can guarantee you that I will be looking into other games to play. Chances are I'm gonna have to bring this headset over to my friend's house and have them experience it, because I believe experiencing it for yourself is the best method. I mean, I can only show people the door, but they have to actually walk through it. And I think the only way they're going to walk through it is if I give them a headset and be like, put it on. While playing some of these games, I felt like a little underwhelmed, but then I would activate a certain mode and it changed everything, because I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool. And then it would add something to the play field, or things would come out and just be much more visually appealing while other things are going on, whether it be lightsabers going through the play field. Little things like that would really change my mind. That's why I'm afraid to say which games are my favorite, because that could easily change the more I learn the table. Once again, I want to say thank you to Oculus for sponsoring this video and allowing me to experience VR. Your support for my channel is greatly appreciated. I will put links in the description down below on where you could pick up your very own Oculus, whether it be online or go to your local store. So tell me guys, what are your thoughts on the Oculus VR? And what do you think about the Star Wars Pinball VR game? Let me know in the comments down below. Give me the thumbs up, it really helps out the channel, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button located down here, ding that dong. That way you can be notified of whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. And until next time guys, peace out.